Hello, dear students. Chapter Chapter 6 Lines and Angles. We've already completed first four chapters. Dear children, chapters for pre-midterm exams are 1, 2, 4 and 6. Okay. Then the sixth chapter is Lines and Angles. Actually, lines and angles, the chapter or the concept is not a new concept. In lower classes, you've already studied what are lines or what are angles, what are the different types of lines, etc. Let us recall. What is a line? A line is a straight path that goes on forever in both directions. That is, there are arrows on both sides. Yeah, that means line. Line means it has no endpoints. It is extending on both sides. We can't measure the line. A line contains infinitely many points, but to represent a line, we'll use only two letters. For example, line AB, line PQ, line XY, etc. Next, what is a ray? A ray is a part of a line that has one endpoint and goes on forever in one direction. That means for a ray, one side is extending but it has one endpoint on other side. Okay. Yeah. A ray also we can represent by ray AB, ray PQ, ray XY like that. Next one, what are perpendicular lines? Before that, what are intersecting lines? Lines that cross at any point are intersecting lines. That means if two lines are meeting at one point or intersecting at one point, we can call them are intersecting lines. While two lines are intersecting, you can see there are four angles. According to the measure of the angle, we can tell whether it is perpendicular or not. Yes, when two lines intersecting and the angle formed there is 90 degree, we can call them as perpendicular lines. That is, two lines that cross to form right angle are perpendicular lines. Next one, what are parallel lines? That means the lines that never intersect. When we extend both the lines, it never extends. That type of lines are known as parallel lines. That means they don't cross. Okay, next, what is a line segment? A line segment is a part of a line, but it has endpoints. It has endpoints on both sides. That means it has a finite measure. We can measure it. Yes, dear children, line segment we can represent by AB, line segment AB or line segment PQ or line segment XY like that. Okay. These are the concepts related to lines. Next one, angle. Okay. How an angle is forming? That means if two rays are joining at a common point, yeah, there an angle is forming. Yes. What are the different types of angles? Okay, dear children. You all know that there are different types of angles. We can classify the angles according to its measurement. Okay. If the measure of an angle is less than 90 degree, we can call them as acute angle. If it is more than 90 degree, we can call them as obtuse angle. If the measure of an angle is 90 degree, we can call them as right angle. Yes, acute, obtuse and right angle. All of you know. Next one, what is a reflex angle? Yes, here you can see an angle is marked. That marked angle is known as reflex angle. And also its measure is 210. Yes, dear children, if the reflex angle's measurement is 210, can you tell what is the measure of actual angle? Yes. Yeah, dear children, it is 150 degree. How? We all know that total angle is 360. Total angle is 360. Then if the reflex angle is 210, the remaining part that representing the angle measure, yes, that is 360 minus 210, that is 150. Okay, dear children. Yes, we can tell, yes, reflex angle's measurement is greater than 180 and less than 360. Every reflex angle measurement lies in between 180 and 360. It is always greater than 180 and less than 360. Okay. Next one is straight angle. A straight angle changes the direction to point the opposite way. That means, yes, it is look like a straight line. The angle formed there in a straight line is known as straight angle, and we all know that its measure is 180 degree. Because yes, here you can tell it is the combination of two right angles. That's why total is 180 degree. Next one, while intersecting two lines, yeah, we all know that there are four angles forming there. Then here the angles, that is opposite angles, are known as vertically opposite angles. Here A degree and B degree, it's marked as A degree and B degree, they are vertically opposite angles. That means the angles formed from two intersecting lines and the angles are not adjacent. Yes, what are adjacent angles? Nothing more, dear children. Adjacent angles means two angles have a one common vertex and a one common side. Here you can see both angles are, yes, meeting at a one common point, one common vertex in the middle, but it has no common side. Yeah, in the first angle, A degree angle, yes, you can see two different lines. In the B degree also two different lines. It has no common side, so they are not adjacent. That type of angles are known as vertically opposite angles. Okay, here when two lines intersecting by another transversal, total 8 angles are forming. Yes, when one line intersecting by a line, total 4 angle, one more line means 4 plus 4, total 8 angles. Then here F and D marked. Two angles marked as F and D. They are angles on same side of the transversal. Not only that one, they are in between the lines, they are interior angles. Then we can tell D and F are interior angles on the same side of the transversal. We can call them as co-interior angles. Interior angles on the same side of the transversal, so we can call them as co-interior angles. Okay, next, alternate interior angles. Here, two parallel lines considered. These two parallel lines intersected by a transversal. Then in between two parallel lines, total 4 angles. Yes, dear children. Then here 7 and 6. 6 and 7 are the angles on the same side of the transversal, or 7 and 6 are co-interior angles. Same way, angle 5 and angle 8 are co-interior angles. That means they are on the same side of the transversal. But what about 5 and 6? Angle 5 and angle 6 are on the opposite side of the transversal, or we can tell them are alternate interior angles. Is it? Same way, angle 7 and 8 are alternate interior angles. Why interior angles? That is in between parallel lines. Then alternate side of the transversal. So we can call them as alternate interior angles. In the case of a parallel lines, we've already studied they are equal. Angle 5 equal to angle 6, angle 7 equal to angle 8. Next one, corresponding angles. Yes, dear children, here two lines M and N and a transversal T. Total 8 angles are there. Okay, total 8 angles. Then Angle 1 and angle 5 are corresponding angles. Why? That means according to the position. Yeah, listen dear children. Angle 1 and 5 are corresponding angles. Same way 2 and 6. Next 3 and 7. Next 4 and 8. They are corresponding angles. The angles that occupy the same relative position at each intersection where a straight line crosses two others. If the two lines are parallel, the corresponding angles are equal. But here these two lines are not parallel, that's why they are not equal. Next, we've already studied alternate interior angles. But in the case of a parallel lines, alternate interior angles are equal. Here 3 and 6 are alternate interior angles, they are equal. Same way, angle 4 and angle 5 are alternate interior angles, they are equal. Equal angles, yes, here represented as congruent. Angle 3 congruent to angle 6, angle 4 congruent to angle 5. That to represent equality. Next one, interior angles. Yes, dear children, line AB and line DE are parallel and line GF is its transversal. GF is a transversal. And there are different types of angles you can see. Yes, same measure, same angles are represented by same colors. Okay, then angle P is 120 degree. Yes, represented by green color. Then next green color, same angle, that is again 120. That is, they are alternate interior angles. We've already studied in the if two lines are parallel, alternate interior angles are equal. So both are represented by green color. They are same. Same way, next angle Q. They are represented by same color. Both are 60 degree. Not only that one, yes dear children, what about angle BPQ and PQE? BPQ and PQE, they are co-interior angles. In the case of parallel lines, sum of co-interior angle equal to 180, or co-interior angles are supplementary. Yes, supplementary. Wait, I'll tell you what is. Sum of the co-interior angles is 180 degree. 60 plus 120 equal to 180. Angle BPQ plus angle PQE equal to 180 degree. Same way, angle APQ plus PQD. APQ 120 degree, PQD 60 degree. So 120 plus 60 equal to 180 degree. This co-interior angles sum is 180 degree. Here also, yes, not only that co-interior angles, here corresponding angles also marked by same color. Is it? Yes, angle GPA equal to angle PQD. Why? These lines AB and DE are parallel lines. If two lines are parallel, corresponding angles are equal. Angle GPA equal to angle PQD. Angle GPB equal to angle PQE. Same way, angle APQ equal to angle DQF. Yes. Then angle BPQ equal to angle EQF. Nothing more, dear children. Yeah, very clearly. Yes, it is marked by same color. Next, complementary angles. An angle pair where the sum of the angle equal 90 degree. If the sum of two angles is 90 degree, we can call them are complementary angles. Same way, if the sum of the angle is 180 degree, we can call them as 180 degree. We can call them as supplementary angle. That is why we use the word supplementary angle. What co-interior angles are supplementary because its sum is 180 degree. Next one, adjacent angles. Here angle 1 and 2 are adjacent. Why, dear children? Here angle 1 and 2, it has a common side. Yes, in angle 1 and angle 2, both have one common side. That's why they are adjacent angles. Then adjacent angles are two angles in the same plane with a common vertex and a common side. but no common interior points. That is, if I marked point A in angle 1, we can tell angle point A is not in the interior of angle 2. If I marked a point A in the interior of angle 1, you can understand that the point A is not in the interior of angle 2. So they are adjacent. Next, linear pair. Here angle 4 and 3. Yes, both are adjacent angles. Not only that one. What is angle 4 plus angle 3? While adding angle 4 and 3, you can see its sum is 180 degree. Why? Angle 4 and 3. Yes, a straight angle is forming there. So its sum is